Hello friends, welcome to Dr. Poonam's vlog, and today's our topic is going to be a little bit hatke because Shraddha, I will not take the full name, Shraddha asked me, Doctor, please make a video on post-COVID anxiety as I am having one and do not know how to handle myself. Your video is very easy to grasp and also you make us understand concepts very nicely. Please, you are the one I'm looking forward to come out with this post-COVID syndrome video. So Shraddha, for your luck, today I have invited with us Dr. Priyanka Shastrabhojane. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you, doctor.
Yes, and Dr. Priyanka Shastrabhojane is a consultant psychiatrist and emotional wellness trainer. She is also a secretary of Psychiatric Society of Goa, vocational director of Rotary Club of Porvorim, and she is a treasurer of Indian Medical Association, to which I am the honorary secretary. So we both of us work together, and today we have her to answer multiple questions regarding COVID anxiety, COVID, and questions related to COVID psychiatry, we can say. So Dr. Priyanka, we have multiple questions which I receive on my vlog. So the first question is, what is the impact of pandemic on people's mental health?
Yeah, doctor. So this is for the first time in many years that a lot of us are confined to our house, and also the children are not being able to go to school. The people's business is getting interfered. Our usual socialization is not happening, and of course there is a constant worry of the disease hitting us or our loved ones. Definitely not an ordinary situation at all. So after the COVID pandemic started, we are seeing a lot of patients feeling anxious and worried that the disease might happen to them or to their loved one, or if somebody is already suffering from COVID, they fear that it will worsen, what will happen to them, whether it will happen to others. Those who are confined at home are, of course, there are people coming up with relationship difficulties. Those who already had a psychiatric issue, they have experienced worsening in it because this has been a trigger to them. And those who are on the brim of the disease, they have deteriorated and got into the disorder level and they have to seek help. So a lot of anxiety, depression, domestic problem, relational issues between maybe husband and wife, parent, children, and a lot of relational issues have started surfacing after the pandemic. Apart from the stress about what about my future, a lot of that.
Yeah, this is indeed a big ocean
Very
in
much.
which we have to still dive in. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
the next question that is usually asked is, are there any particular psychological issues that have increased during the pandemic?
Very nice question, doctor. So yes, there are certain issues that have increased during the pandemic, but I will also say here that it's because a lot of such cases are being overtly reported by the patients. So people have increased their help-seeking behavior, which is actually a good sign. So I have particularly been getting a lot of youngsters coming to me with anxiety, depression, and relationship problems. Also, I have been told about cases of domestic issues, relational issues, which have surfaced, marital issues, issues between parents and their children, they are surfacing. So, quite a bit of it, and of course, the disease related anxiety. So, a grief reaction is surfacing a lot during these times. People are losing their loved ones, some are dying unexpectedly due to the disease. So, a lot of people going in grief and depression due to that is happening.
Next question is, what are the psychological issues that people with COVID or their immediate caregivers are likely to suffer from?
Again, very important issue here that we all try to see a lot of fancy things in COVID, and we worry about a lot of rare issues which they're unlikely to happen. But psychological factor is something which is really ignored. Mind you that first of all, the disease is something which is new, we never knew about it. Second, the person is isolated in a room for at least 10 days. He's all by himself and you never know how it's going to turn out to be. So the confinement makes them feel lonely. Some of them actually give in. There are emotional outbursts which we have seen in COVID patients during this period of isolation. Also, the family members have the stress of how will my a person at home who is suffering from COVID happen. If the patient is hospitalized, they don't even get to meet that patient. So they have that worry that what will happen to them. A lot of anxiety is creeping up, and this is a stressful issue. COVID per se is stressful to the body as well as the mind. It makes your mind vulnerable to stress related disorders, so we cannot ignore the psychological factors of COVID, and if need be, one has to seek help. He or his caregivers or anybody, whether he has COVID or not, if you have psychological issues, please seek help.
Very good indeed. Now, what we want to know is, are there any warning signs of stress? Can you tell us, like, yes, number 1, 2, 3, 4?
Very much. There are a lot of stress related diseases that people come to us with, but I will just try to tell you some common issues. The most common being depression and anxiety. I will tell you this when you should definitely, without any doubt, see a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and that is if it disturbs your biological function, that is sleep, appetite, and your day-to-day functioning is being impaired, that is your activities of daily living, your grooming, or you having your meals, all that personal life. Second, it's affecting your occupational life, that is you're not performing properly maybe in your workspace, or in case of children, academics are suffering, social interactions you're suffering. That is a clear-cut warning sign. If others point out to you that something has changed in you, these are definite signs. Number 2 is if you feel that your emotions are not in your control. So people come to us and tell us, doctor, I feel sad or I feel anxious. I don't know why. I feel so helpless in front of my emotions. This is definitely a warning sign. Another warning sign, if you get these feelings for a sustained period as in at least 1 to 2 weeks, and if it colors every activity of your life, while brushing teeth, while having meals, while going to work, it's definitely a warning sign. Please seek help. If you get thoughts like I am not good enough, people don't like me, the future will be bad, or thoughts like something horrible is going to happen, I don't know what, oh my god, everything will be over, please seek help. And very important thing, a lot of people do not tell us that I am depressed or I am anxious. Rather they tell us, oh doctor, I am having a headache, I am having acidity, I am having palpitation, I don't know what's happening, I did all blood tests, I saw so many doctors, everything's normal, yet I feel so diseased and so unwell, what should I do? So seek help.
And indeed, very, very minute things, which can actually signal out, yes, there is a problem here.
Yes.
So we can call these red flag signs for
Yes.
all those signs that Dr. Priyanka has told now.
Yes.
So the next question is, now that I know that I am suffering from a disease, how can I prevent it? So how to prevent getting stressed in a pandemic?
There is a lot to speak on this, but I will just tell you in short what to do. That is, know what is in your hand and know what is not in your hand. What's not in your control, let it go. What is not in your control, by the way? How long is this going to last? Number 1. How are others going to behave in this pandemic? Not in your hands. What the government is going to do and what will be the policies? Not in my hand. How will the media behave? Not in my hands. Correct? How do people take my behavior in this pandemic? Not in my hands. Right? Whether the disease will strike me, whether it will strike my loved ones, if at all it strikes, how will it happen? I really don't know how it's going. But what is in my hands? My attitude, my psychology in this pandemic. Next is, how well do I keep myself informed about the disease through the best available sources, experts. Number 3, how well do I follow the guidelines and precautions to stay away from it to the best of my capacity, of course. Number 4, if the disease hits me, how best can I comply to the doctor's advice, seek proper advice and be in the correct hands. A lot of this. So it is like going through a rough journey in a flight. If you are in a rough flight, you don't just jitter around and fidget around. No. First you will ensure that you know the emergency exits of the car or the flight or whatever it is. Then you will ensure you have your all valuables with you. Then you will ensure the drill of emergency exit. So the same goes with COVID.
Yeah, very nicely explained. Indeed, very nicely explained. And many times I get these questions on my handle, Doctor, why don't you inform the government to do so and so? That is not in my hands. As Dr. Priyanka said, that's not in my hands. What is in my hands is informing the public how you are going to behave, because that is in your hand and you can do it without any extra money expenditure, but only and only investment of your time and your attitude and your habit. That is most important. Let's go to the next question. How to deal with stress related to issues in pandemic like anxiety and depression?
Yes, doctor. Again, a very nice question, and again, a lot to talk on this, but I'll again tell you just in brief what to do. A lot of you are confined to the house, so what best can you do here is, while you take care of yourself, you can also take care of others. But again, I'll tell you this announcement which they make in flight. First, fasten your belt and then that of the others. So first you need to do, take care of yourself. How do you take care of yourself? Make sure you have a very good exercise routine. It's a fantastic stress buster. It's a great investment for good health. It's going to keep you away from stress, and it will give you a good immunity, of course, for COVID or whatever it is. Number 2 is eat right, everything basics, because food and mood are directly related. Third thing is sharpen your knives during these times. So COVID may be a depressing time, but maybe if you are a businessman, you can work on knowing more about a new product you plan to launch. If you are a student, you can perhaps have access to webinars or speakers who were abroad and you couldn't meet them otherwise, but they are available now online, and that's actually an opportunity. If you are a person into service, maybe while you take care of yourself, ensure everything, maybe you can add up an extra bed for the COVID patients. Maybe you can spend more time in giving care to others who are going through this. Call up your friend, talk to them if you're feeling stressed out. You can know you're sailing in the same boat, that's very comforting, right? So sharpening your knives is very important in this period of time. Another thing is that have grades, like how you have a car. The easiest gear, the 5th gear, is for the best roads. So what are you good at, the best at rather? Do it at full speed in these times. And what you are not so good at, do it, do not give up, but try to keep it at a lower gear. Keep doing that, however. Try to get back to things you had left maybe way before. And remember one thing, I need to tell you a very beautiful quote here, that while you do keep standards to get better and excel, remember this is like a storm. Even if you stand here, that's good enough. So do not be harsh on yourself if it's difficult. Please feel open to seek help. Use your resources, okay? Very important saying here, that somewhere any abnormal behavior in an abnormal situation is normal. This is a wonderful saying by a famous psychiatrist called Viktor Frankl. I would like to say it here. This is not a normal situation. It's a collective situation of grief, as we put it. So please hold well yourself, stay strong, and take help if you need to, because we can again say things do not get better, we get better.
Yes, indeed, a very, very nice saying you have told, Dr. Priyanka.